Hey guys, I think we're live. Hi. Happy Friday.
Scott's watching.
Scott, can you hear us? Just getting organized here, guys. Second.
Did you have this sound off?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Debbie Goddard. Hi, Lisa Parker.
Hi, Debbie. Okay, let's just wait a couple minutes. We're just getting settled. We got all our mise en place, a lot of components to this recipe, a lot of setup, a lot of beautiful sun, a lot of winds. My hair's gonna be flying all over. Okay. I was gonna put a hat on, but I forgot. It's all good. Start cleaning our grill a little bit. Ready, Parks?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to do this?
Yep.
Okay, guys.
We are on.
We are on. We are starting quarantine cuisine. Schoen's home with Parker. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Patty. Hi, guys. Facebook Live number 4. Spatchcock Chicken, Romesco Sauce, and asparagus. This is going to be so good. Okay, I want to get started right away because we're cooking a whole chicken on the grill, and we did a spatchcock technique to it. And I'm going to show you the technique, but I did one last night, and if you followed the recipe, you would have marinated it for 24 hours in the spice rub that we did. So I'm going to actually show you how I spatchcocked it, and I'm going to show you how to do the rub in case you didn't get to see that. But to not waste time, because I want to make sure that this gets cooked before the end of our hour, I'm going to put this on first, okay? So I cleaned my grill. My grill's on high. It's been on for about 20 minutes. I'm going to turn it just down a little bit, okay? I'm going to spray a little bit of olive oil on there, just so it doesn't stick. Okay. Okay. So you can see, this is the inside of our chicken. It's open. The breast side is down with the skin side down. So I'm just gonna lift this up. It's got all those beautiful herbs, that spice rub on there. And I'm gonna put them right down.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Isn't that beautiful? See how flat it is? And that just really allows you to get really even color all along. Instead of, the chicken being whole or a turkey being whole, we basically opened it up. We took the backbone out, and now it's cooking flat. It's also another term for butterflying, okay? So we're gonna turn it down just a little bit because I don't wanna burn it. This is gonna take about 10 to 12 minutes per pound. I'm a little worried about this chicken, not in a bad way, but just it's on the heavier side. I couldn't go to the supermarket myself, and usually I get like a 3.5 pound chicken, and this one is close to 4. So that's why I want to get it on right away. I'm going to close the top, and then I'm going to show you how to spatchcock the chicken, okay? And this is just going to be an extra one for Parker and I for another time. So what I did was I have my cutting board under here. I have a little bit of foil, and then I have a plastic cutting board. And I like to cut poultry on plastic because it doesn't get, stuck in your wood grain. Okay, so I'm just putting on gloves. Okay, so I have a plastic bag right here that I'm going to use to put my chicken in afterwards. And like I think I've told you before, I'm going to put this breast side down with the legs towards me. I don't rinse my chicken in the sink because I don't want to splash salmonella all over my sink. Instead, I'd rather cook my chicken and make sure that it is cooked properly, and then you don't have to worry about salmonella. If I wash this in the sink and all of that water that hits the chicken splashes on the sides, that's going to contaminate my sink. And then maybe like an hour later I go and I cut a cantaloupe or something, or I wash some grapes and the water splashes on the side of the sink and it goes back on the grapes. That's an easy way to get salmonella. Does that make sense? So don't wash your chicken in the sink if you don't have to. It's much better. Just cook it all the way. All right, so I have it breast side down. Here are my legs. Here are my wings. I'm going to take my kitchen shears. You could also use a knife. And I'm just gonna cut off those wing tips. You can leave them on, but they have almost no meat on them and they tend to burn. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. You could save them for stock if you want, but I'm not gonna save them right now. Okay, so now here we have the neck. We're just gonna cut. It looks like it's really hard, you guys, but I'm telling you, it's not. And with a scissor, it's really pretty easy. You just go, you almost following the natural lines of the body. Okay, you see how fast I got through that? And now, whoops, I think I just got that on my sunglasses. Okay.
And that's the backbone
This
you're
is
taking out?
Yeah, this is the backbone. Hold on. I need to turn it this way.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. That's the neck. Get rid of that. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that was the backbone.
That one didn't want to be cut open. Okay, yes. And these are the innards. I'm just going to take those out. Okay, so that's it, right? I just cut that out. And then what I want to do is I want to take a paring knife. I'm just going to cut through the breastbone just a little bit. And then I can spread this open. See that?
Huh.
Okay, I'm just going to take all this kind of gook out. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm going to put this guy, oh, let me show you one more thing. So the other thing I do when I put it on the grill, just to make it cook a little bit faster, and this will, you know, not ruin your presentation by any means, but just make it a little bit different. What I do is I put 2 or 3 cuts in the breast, diagonal cuts like that. I think it actually looks pretty. And this way it helps it cook a little bit faster, and that the rub can actually penetrate into the chicken a little bit easier. And I do the same thing on the legs. I just make 2 little cuts on the leg, and that'll just help it. Okay, so let me put that in here. I'm going to put my chicken in here. I'm going to get rid of my gloves and my cutting board, which has chicken on it, and get rid of my foil. Well, before I get rid of my foil, let me show you this. So I thought it would be fun to kind of let you guys into the world of Food Network a little bit. Yeah, I have some little chicken on my eyeglasses. So, you know, I've been working as a freelance food stylist for about 15 years with the Food Network and other stations like PBS. And, you know, there's this whole bunch of people that I love so much that work behind the scenes. You know, we're talking about all these like essential workers these days. And, you know, there's what we call essential workers, you know, in television too, right? So I'm a chef, I'm a caterer, I'm a cooking teacher, but I'm also a food stylist. So what that means is, you know, when you watch a cooking show, like this I guess is a cooking show, someone has to set all this stuff up, all this mise en place I call it, right? You have to have all of the ingredients, you have to have them measured out, you have to have the equipment, you have to have the cutting board, the knife, the spoons, and you know, once you start rolling the camera, it's like you can't stop and run around and get all that stuff. So what a food stylist does and culinary producers do is that they organize the whole demonstration, and they make almost a script out of it, and they get everything they need. And sometimes there's things called swaps, which are, this would have been a swap of the raw chicken for the marinated chicken, right? Sometimes there's a swap of the finished chicken if we don't have enough time to show it to you in real time. Anyway, what I think is so fun, because I'm very kind of like anal about my stuff in the kitchen, is what Food Network taught me, in addition to the organizational skills I learned in cooking school, was how to set up for a demo. And by setting up the demo, it makes you really kind of anal. So here, as an example, this is a setup for the rub, right? So we're doing the rub. You guys have the recipe. So on a sheet pan, I put my little, post-it that says rub. And then it's so funny because all my buds from Food Network, Suzanne Schechter, Amy Stevenson, Jacob Schiffman, Dave Meklowitz, Maury Thomas, Bob Hobie, Rick Martinez. You okay, Mark?
Yeah.
Krista Ruan,
Damn cat.
my mentor, Leslie Orlandini, whose birthday was this week. They'll all giggle. Lynn Calamia. We all have stayed in touch, and I have chills, Food Network friend chills. We all worked like in the trenches together, Food Network from like way back, and it was so much fun. But anyway, so what you would do is you would measure everything out for the on-camera talent, and then you would cover it with plastic, and you could always tell like what food stylist did that tray, right? Because I might be the food stylist in the back who's getting this together for maybe Krista, who's on set, and I hand this to Krista, and my tray, which I think is very impressive and beautiful, right, would be very different from, let's say, Parker's tray, which might be like, you can't really read what that says, the plastic is kind of like this, and like my goal was, if this falls upside down, it's not going to fall out, right? And it's just a funny thing. Okay, so this is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, right? So then you would undo this for the demonstration. But I just thought that would be fun to show you, kind of like how we do it behind the scenes. Because right now, here I am doing, I guess you could say, a cooking show. And I am the chef, the culinary producer, the food stylist, the dishwasher, the shopper, and Parker's the cameraman, and the helper, and the eater, and my best friend. And anyway, okay, so this is our rub. We have a 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. We have 2 tablespoons of salt. And you see how I put my plastic on, and you could like bounce a quarter on it? That's a sign of Lisa Schoen setting up a tray. I take pride in that. Okay, that's 2 tablespoons of salt. This is 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And then, there'd be people that would curse me out because they can't get the plastic off because it's so tight, but that's a good thing. 1 tablespoon onion powder, 1 tablespoon ground black pepper, okay, 1 tablespoon turmeric, so good for your joints and inflammation, 2 tablespoons paprika, okay, so that's our rub. And then with my mise en place, we'll just wait for that to go by. So with my mise en place, I have my little baby whisk, and we're just gonna mix that around. And this rub will keep for weeks, okay? And I don't know what we're gonna do with that other chicken that we just used, that we just, demoed for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this into a jar and save it. But I wanted to at least show you on camera if you didn't get to see it before. I also demoed yesterday on camera with Michael Strahan for his show with Sarah Haynes and Kiki, and I showed him the spatchcock, and he was so intrigued by the concept. It was really fun. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that. Okay, let me get rid of this.
Do you want me to hold questions until you take a break? I know you're cranking here.
No, you can go for some questions right now.
Okay, let me see if I can go back while you're doing that. Let's see. Have you ever used the thin plastic cutting mats from Phyllis Cochran Crenshaw? We love those, she said.
I have. When they first came on the scene, I definitely had like a 6-pack of them or something, and I think they're great. And when I teach cooking classes, you see that I have the rub in there now.
Wow.
When I teach cooking classes, I use those because it's easy for me to travel to someone's home and have all those cutting boards available. But like personally, I don't really use them too much for my own cooking because I like a sturdier cutting board.
Yep.
But that's just my personal.
Debbie Goddard wants to know where you got the little bowls.
Debbie, so those are, just little glass bowls that you can get you can get those at Bed Bath & Beyond or, oh my God, or, hey.
That's a hot grill.
Oh my God. That's a really hot grill. I got talking and talking.
Is it okay?
and talking.
Or do we need to put the other one on there?
No, it's gonna be
Actually,
fine.
that's kind of, I kind of like
Look
it
at how
like that.
beautiful that looks. You know what we're
Okay.
going to do is we're going to turn this side way down low.
Yeah.
And we're going to move it over once we get color on that side. But look at that. See, even with the splits, it's absolutely gorgeous. Isn't
Wow.
that?
Yeah.
So Deb, you can order those. They come nested and all different sizes. And you know, we just use them for television most of the time. I don't use them as much in my everyday life, but they use them on television. You see them on every show because they're clear. So you can see what's in them and it's easy for the audience to see from the top or from the side. But they're really useful and they're light. And I have like 1,000 of them because when I do a styling job and I need to take you know, my kit on the road, I take like every size nestled together for a show, just like
Yep.
what I just did.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Okay, so that got a little charred, but that's okay. And we have our Hudson sprayer, you guys. So I know some of you have bought this, and it's so much fun, and I'm really excited to use it again today. And in this, we have our combination. Let me see, I have the recipe right here.
Gilbert Leach.
So, yeah, so Gilbert, our
We
friend,
call it a Gilbert sprayer.
the Gilbert sprayer, our friend from Islesboro, Maine. So the recipe is, it's half a cup of apple cider vinegar, half a cup of water, 1/8 of a cup of canola oil, and 1/4 cup of fine salt. Do not use kosher salt or coarse salt. You can use iodized salt. I'm using sea salt, but it's super, super fine. And the reason why you want to use the fine salt, it's really like, you have to use it fine. Otherwise, you're going to clog the sprayer, okay?
You might have to adjust the nozzle when you use it. 'Cause
Okay,
I
so
didn't
let's
check
see.
that.
So then we just put it in here and we shake it up. And then, and when I put the water in, I do hot water because that kind of helps the salt dissolve a little bit.
Okay, you have to, oh, wow. You might have to squeeze, twist the end, the very end.
What do you mean?
I'll show you. Okay, stop it. Slide it back.
Oh,
Now try it. That's
yeah, that's
better.
great.
That's better.
Look at that, guys. This is going to give such unbelievable flavor and texture. The crispness. Oh my God, the apple cider vinegar. Yum. Okay, so we're going to let that go. And then what I wanted to show you was another technique. I mean, this is really browning so well. I didn't realize how fast that was going to cook, but you know, I'm thrilled. If we get done early, we can sit and do questions.
Pam says she just used her Gilbert sprayer for the first time. She's so excited.
She is? Oh my God. Pam?
Pam Altieri.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay, so another technique that I'm going to show you guys is, and I put this as a last minute pro tip today, so I don't know if you had a chance to do it. I'm taking a piece of foil, I'm putting it over our chicken. I'm not covering it, I'm just putting it there as a barrier. And I have 2 bricks that I covered in foil. And I'm using them to weight down our chicken. And that's going to really get that chicken going, okay? And now we're going to close this up again. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. And if you don't have bricks, you can use a cast iron pan. You could use like a number 10 can of, beans or something that you got from Costco, or you could use soup cans, or you could use, I don't know, a glass orange juice bottle, maybe. No, don't use glass. I don't know, but don't use paint. That's flammable. But you get it, right? You get it. You could use a planter, maybe a terracotta planter. Okay, so we got our chicken here. You know how to spatchcock it now. That's great. Let's get this guy back here.
There are lots of people that have come on. Some are saying hi, some are just watching. So maybe when we take a break a little bit, we could go down and say hi to people if they're still there.
Okay, of course.
Okay.
So, with this, I was wondering, what can I make that's going to be really delicious with this? So, we're going to make something called a Romesco sauce. And that's a Spanish sauce. It's really hearty. It's really, kind of fruity and spicy and smoky. I love it. And it's really popular in Spain. I'm going to put this pepper on. Let me just do one thing. We're going to put this pepper on and we're going to get it roasted, okay? It's really popular in Spain and very popular with vegetables, but I love it on meats. So we're going to do it on our meat today, on our chicken and our asparagus, okay? So we have that. And actually, I'm going to use this to weight that down now, okay? Because this chicken's really doing well. And see, this brick doesn't get too hot because the foil's on it. And then the other thing I want to do is I have 4 tomatoes, 4 plum tomatoes or Roma tomatoes, whatever you want to call them. And I'm also going to grill those. Now, I'm doing this on the grill, actually for the first time. Usually when I make this recipe, I make it in the oven.
Oh.
So, what?
Head fake.
Sorry.
Went the wrong way.
I'm going to do it here, and we're going to get some char on our tomatoes.
Nice.
And char on our pepper. And that's going to give this beautiful smokiness to this recipe. Okay, so we got that. Can you see that?
Wow.
Here, let me do this. Let me put this here. Let me turn this side up a little bit. Let's
Nice.
put this here. Turn this up a little bit. Turn that up. Turn that guy down. We're constantly adjusting, right, guys?
Daleen Collins says, that was some nice cutting in that pepper.
Thank you.
She is. I admire that every time she does it. I think, how does she do that? Not like cut it in multiple pieces. I'm with you.
Okay, I have 4 pieces of French bread
Yeah.
that we're going to toast on there.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Abby Morris Johnson's watching. Michael Ross is watching. Stacey Holly. Hi guys, I could watch you cook all day. That's sweet.
Oh,
Monica Santino says, I like your dress.
thank you.
I knew you'd like that one.
It's an oldie, but a goodie, I tell you. It's been around.
Emily Lefkowitz is watching. Heidi.
Cheryl Lefkowitz,
Victor,
Heidi.
yep.
Excellent. Hi, girls. My great neck girls.
Yeah. Claire Parr says, wait, I am late and you are rocking that chicken.
Hi, Claire Parr. I was hoping you were going to be here today. Okay. So for anyone who's just joining us a little bit after we started, we basically spatchcocked this chicken, which means we took the backbone out of it, and I made some slits in the breast and I made some slits in the legs just so that it could cook a little bit faster, because this chicken was about 4 pounds and it takes about 10 to 12 minutes a pound. And I wanted to make sure that this chicken was going to be finished before the end of our hour. So by spatchcocking it, that saves time. By opening it up a little bit in the breast and legs, that takes time. And so now we got a little more char in there than we had desired, but that's okay. It's going to be delicious. Now I'm putting some foil on top, and I'm using this brick that I covered in foil to just weight this down to make sure that this is getting really, really nice color. So the next thing that we're doing, we also made our rub, and where did we put it? In case you didn't see that demo, the recipe was online. We made the rub, and I had made this chicken yesterday. I spatchcocked it yesterday and put the rub on overnight. So I did another rub today just to show you the demo, and we're saving that in a glass jar. And then if you're just joining us and you missed the chicken, we spatchcocked this chicken. We took out the backbone, and that's what it looks like when you flatten it out. Once I took out the backbone, I took a paring knife and I just cut into the breastbone like 1 little centimeter, and then I cracked it down so it's perfectly flat. And then I slashed it in the breast on both sides and slashed it in the leg. Okay, and then Parker and I are going to save this for another application because it's just the 2 of us, so we don't need to eat 2 whole chickens today. Although I know we probably could. Okay, so moving right along, we are making a Romesco sauce. So a Romesco sauce is...
There's a chicken back in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, the sauce is?
Okay, so it's a Spanish sauce. It's really very much like a condiment, and it has grilled bread, it has roasted tomatoes, it has roasted red peppers or any color pepper that you have available. It's a very hearty sauce. It's a sweet sauce and a smoky sauce and a little bit spicy. So we have our tomatoes. I usually roast these in the oven, but because we're doing this on the grill, I thought this would be a fun sauce to make because we want that smoky flavor. Let's just check out this side. Wow, that looks really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm gonna let that guy hang out there for 1 minute, and we're gonna go to our Hudson sprayer, our Gilbert sprayer as we call it. And if you missed the beginning, I'll repeat it again. This has apple cider vinegar, it has water, it has canola oil, and it has fine sea salt, okay? So we're just gonna get all of that goodness there. Oh my God, look at how beautiful that is. Wow. Really, really beautiful. I'm so excited. There's a couple people that are watching today that got a Hudson sprayer or a Gilbert sprayer and they're using it today. It's really, really exciting. Okay, so I turned this side down a little bit. It's like medium because I don't want to overcook the outside before the inside gets to the internal temperature that I want, which is 165. Let me put this back on again and we're going to tend to our Romesco sauce for a minute.
Do you freeze that extra chicken in that container?
You could. I wish I had a freezer that big to freeze it in that container.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Or you could put it in a Ziploc and freeze it for sure. And we may just do that. I don't know. We have a very small freezer, so it's hard for us sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna get these guys going. Now this is gonna be a little tribute to my mom right here, because my mom loves everything mini like me. And I have this little mini cast iron that I'm gonna put on there. And let me pull this around. This is our mise en place for our Romesco sauce. So again, if you missed the beginning, I was talking about working at Food Network and how we would set up for all these demonstrations. And thank you. And I need this, yeah. So we're gonna put all of this in a food processor. So we have a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of oil. We have a lemon, we have some parsley. We have a couple cloves of garlic. We have sherry vinegar. I have a 1/2 cup of hazelnuts that we're gonna put in this pan and roast it over here. How cute is that? Okay, and we'll spray a little oil on there. Okay, and let's close this up for a minute. Okay, so what else do we have? I'm gonna put 3 cloves of garlic. I like my Romesco pretty garlicky. Put that in there. Put 2 tablespoons of sherry vinegar. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of parsley with the stem. It's totally fine. This is chili powder. We're gonna start with 2 teaspoons and then we'll taste it and see how we feel, okay? And the same for the smoked paprika. This is gonna give it that smoky heat, and it's such a beautiful color. It's like a burnt orange, it's like a terracotta. Okay. Ooh, is it windy? So our bread's getting toasty. You want the bread to be kind of stale, so I just basically put it on here and I made it stale instantly, okay? Let's turn this up a little bit. Charring these tomatoes, getting that smoky flavor. It's really windy up here. I don't know if you can tell, but hopefully it's not going to affect our cooking too much. These hazelnuts toasted. If you didn't want to do this in a pan, the hazelnuts, you could just put them on a small sheet pan and put them in the oven. And just the trick that we always did at Food Network was we would put 1 nut on your cutting board as a reminder that you have a nut in the oven. You know how like it's so easy to burn nuts in the oven or burn breadcrumbs or something or croutons. We would always do that, but then what would happen is you'd like start talking to someone and all of a sudden you just like pop it in your mouth and eat it like an almond, and then you totally forget and you burn your nuts. So anyway, it's a good try. Okay, so we're gonna take this bread and we're gonna cut it into a couple pieces. I'm gonna put that in our food processor.
That surprised me.
I know it did.
Didn't see that coming.
I know. And then we're going to put the zest of this lemon if it doesn't blow away.
The wind comes up. Yeah, right at 3:30.
So I don't know if you guys got to see, but I did an interview with Michael Strahan yesterday for his show with Kiki Palmer and Sarah Haynes. And we had such a good time. He's such a sweetheart. And I explained to him what spatchcocking a chicken was. And he just got such a he's doing like once a week a cooking show live from his house while he's, in quarantine and social distancing, and he's really enjoying cooking. And we had such a blast. We were talking about Jeter, we were talking about Eli Manning, and it was really fun. I had a really good time. Okay, so we have the zest of one lemon. I mean, just look at that, Parker, how pretty that looks. I'm gonna put the juice. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna put the juice. This is for something else, but that's okay. We put the zest. I want to grill these lemons.
Oh.
So I'm gonna put those right there.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely fine.
Nice.
I'm glad I caught myself. Okay, so let's see. What time is it? 3:30. Okay. Who's out there today? Who do we got? Who's home on a Friday hanging out with us?
Pref J. Campayan. I don't think I'm saying that right. I apologize. Great job with Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki Video.
Oh, thank you.
That's very cool.
It was really fun.
Sarah Malinsky says, thank you, Lisa, for grilling. It means a lot. Nice you and Parker to share this with us. You're a great cook, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
Get that sprayer going. Gilbert Sprayers, all the town.
Okay, we're almost ready for the Romesco sauce.
Okay.
Put this over here. So, luckily I had a really good shopper for me yesterday who bought me all the ingredients for this demonstration. And I said in the notes, please get me thick asparagus, not asparagus, because you know how easy it is to burn asparagus. And the thin pencil ones, they fall right through. So I was so grateful that they had it, because it's not often that they have the exact size asparagus that you want.
Wow.
Right?
Nice. Those are beautiful.
They really are beautiful. And we're going to do two because I like to eat grilled asparagus after the fact when it's cold.
Yeah.
So here's what you do if you didn't know. There's always those two rubber bands on the asparagus. If you put all the tips together towards one end, or actually this end, and you just snap the asparagus, that will tell you where you really need to cut the asparagus, because it's very woody on this end. So I usually go just above that. So that's it. And with the rubber band on, that's like easy as pie.
Can you do the other one? I'm not sure I got to see that on the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
you just let it snap.
Yeah.
Okay. And that basically tells you where to cut it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep. Wow.
Easy. Easy, easy, easy.
Happy More Shots is here from Texas.
All right.
Oh, this is interesting. Dilene Collins says, you practice a few times to get the timing down, Pat. I'm bad at getting everything done at the same time. Yeah, me too. Forget it. One thing at a time.
Well, you know what? I've been practicing my whole life. I've been cooking professionally for 25 years. So timing is everything, for sure. It absolutely is crucial when you're working in a restaurant kitchen, when you're catering, or even when you're doing your own family dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. Timing is everything. You don't want to bring your sweet potatoes out and then your chicken doesn't come out for another 30 minutes. I mean, there's a timeline, and I think, the last time when we did a Facebook Live, I did vegetables, and it was really interesting because I did probably 10 different types of vegetables, and I put them on the grill according to what takes the longest, right? So when you're planning a meal, that's what you need to do. So I knew the chicken would take the longest here, right? Long enough, in fact, that I didn't want to demo the raw chicken or the rub for you until I got that chicken on, because I wanted to get that going. And preheating my grill is key. I don't want to come up here and start cooking and go, oh wow, my grill's not hot. So it's always all this pre-planning. How long is this going to take? Oh, that's probably going to take 45 minutes, and then I want it to rest for 10. This sauce is probably going to take 15 minutes on the grill, and then it's quick in the blender, but it can sit. And then my asparagus, I'm holding up till the very, very end. I'll do them last so that they're hot. Once my chicken's off and it's rested and I'm cutting up my chicken, then I'll put my asparagus on. So then everything will come together. but it's just practice. But if you think about it before you start, that's a really nice way to just like make a timeline, like literally write it down and say chicken 45 minutes, 1 hour before, take it out so it becomes room temperature. You know, if you're coming home from work, you don't have a lot of time, but you know you're going to roast a chicken, use that time while the chicken's in the oven to cut up your vegetables for a salad. You know, so it's all time management. Am I rambling, Mark?
No, that makes sense, and you're explaining it, and I still can't do it, but I appreciate what you're saying.
Okay, so these nuts are nicely toasted in my mini cast iron pan, Mom. I know you'd like that. I'm going to throw those in there.
Oh.
That's beautiful. Okay, let's blend this up a little bit just to get things mushed up. I'm going to press pulse. Uh-oh. I tried it before and it was on.
Hold on. Yeah, it's on.
Oh, maybe not.
What do you see?
Oh.
What do you see?
I see beauty.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the way you want it to look?
Well, it's
Ooh,
very
smoky.
rough, right? But what we need to add to that are the tomatoes. So now I'm going to put those in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is all part of the Romesco sauce. So it's, you know, heavily tomato based. It's got peppers. You can take the skin off if you want. I don't really mind it.
And the peppers too going in?
The peppers are going in also. So I'm going to cut up that pepper a little bit. Okay, so we'll just cut the peppers up. Remember I told you when you cut a pepper, always cut it with the skin side down because it's hard to get through that even with the sharpest knife sometimes, right? So, I mean, if you notice, if I'm trying to go through here, well, my knife is really sharp, but it's much easier this way. It's like a breeze, okay? So we're just gonna cut that up. Again, you can take the skin off on this, but it doesn't bother me, really. I like it, so.
Is there any flavor in the skin?
There is flavor because the char is on the skin.
Ah.
So that's why I like it. But it's all, you know, it's personal. Okay, so we're going to pulse this up again.
Wow.
Look at the smoke coming out.
Smoking.
And we're going to add some salt. And some black pepper. Okay, now we're going to add olive oil.
Oh.
So it calls for between 1/4 to 1/2 cup of oil. And honestly, again, you know, I always tell you, I don't like to really follow recipes. I like to follow ideas. And that is because sometimes people like it more vinegary, they like it more oily, they like it more garlicky, they like it spicier, they like it more tomatoey. So you can follow a recipe to a T, and I encourage you to do that if that makes you more comfortable. But it's really about flavor. Like sometimes I cook for my mom and she says, you know, it's too salty for me. And so I try to, you know, adapt to whether it's my mom or my clients or Parker or kids or friends. So, you know, you have to be open to that and let yourself breathe a little bit when you make a recipe. Don't be so like stuck on it. I think with baking you have to do that, but with cooking you don't, okay? So let's add a little bit of oil. So what do we do now? We taste it, right? We want to see, yeah, it's smoking, right?
What do you think?
It's so good. Right now, it's like perfect, but it needs just a little bit of salt. And not because I want it to be salty, but because I want the salt to bring out all those flavors. The garlic, the tomato, the roasted pepper, the chili. I want to just enhance all of that, okay? And then in addition, I'm going to add more pepper. Another flavor booster. It has enough oil for me, I think. But I want to add a little bit more smoked paprika. So it'll come out to about 3 teaspoons of smoked paprika for me, okay? See, even when I'm done, I'm lining up my mise en place to go to the kitchen, right? So keep everything nice and neat. Okay, so let's pulse this once again. Okay.
Yeah.
I have these 2 bowls.
Can you tell me something about this sauce?
Yes, it's a Spanish sauce.
Yeah.
I kind of see it more as like a Spanish condiment, almost like a salsa or a guacamole from Spain. And it's used very much often on vegetables. But I love it on fish, and I love it on chicken, and I love it on meat. You know, sometimes I'll make like a chimichurri sauce and a Romesco sauce, and I'll put it on the side of a platter of grilled steak, and it's just phenomenal. It's when I wanted, well, oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted you to taste this part. So I did extra bread for us. Now let's wait a minute because that bread's piping hot. Let's see where we are here. We'll come back to that. But yeah, it's a Spanish sauce. It lasts probably a week in your refrigerator. It's very easy to make. Whenever you have stale bread, just save it. You can keep the crust on it. Even if the bread has like whole grains, it would be great in that. It would be really hearty, delicious. Okay, let's see. Now I like to use this fork to turn the chicken. Whoops. Got some wind issues up here today. Okay. Whoops. Yep. Well, that's tender. How about that, guys?
Does that mean it's ready?
It's just about ready. I mean, look, I don't even have to cut that. That is gorgeous. Okay, but I want to turn this over. One more time. Okay, so make sure that breast is really cooked. We're going to spray it again.
Gilbert sprayer.
The Gilbert sprayer. Look at the glistening.
Gilbert and Grace
Oh my
Leach.
God, this is going to
Thank
be
you, Gilbert.
so good.
Thanks for sharing your magic.
You know, the funny thing is, Parker and I don't love dark meat, but whenever I make a chicken like this with the Gilbert sprayer, I go through all the dark meat. I don't know why. It's so tender and so delicious and so juicy. Okay, so let's do that. That means just a couple minutes. Let's close this. Put this over here. Okay, and then we're going to take the rest of this. Hopefully this is going to come off. Okay, phew. You know how this food processor gets. It's very touchy. Okay, so I have a to-go container. So we'll just put the rest of this sauce in here. So that makes a nice yield. It makes, you know, probably a pint and a half of sauce. Taste that.
Slide that out as we see in the sun.
So good.
This for me?
Mm-hmm. You like it?
It's sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet and smoky, and it's gonna be so good on that charred chicken.
Delicious.
So delicious. So Parker, feel free to snack on this.
Okay. I'm gonna keep snacking.
You know,
while
it
I'm
would be great on shrimp.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Get rid of this. Okay. How we doing with time?
We're at 14 of.
Oh my God. That was so fast. Ah! Okay. So fast. Guys, what's happening? It's too fast. How's everybody doing? Let me eat that.
Let's see. Dana Platt says, recipe? What is this?
Dana, you're late to the game.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
The recipe's on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. It's a spatchcock chicken, which is basically a whole chicken with the backbone cut out of it and spread open so that it lays flat. And we marinated it overnight with a spice syrup that we made. It's also on the Facebook. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, and it's on Instagram. So you can find it in all those places.
Wow.
You grab this platter.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, I'm going to put these asparagus on right now. I'm just going to get my grill with a little bit of oil on there. And I'm going to put them sideways so that they don't fall through. Right?
Yep.
Because if I put them this way, I'd probably lose quite a few.
I'm still eating this bread without sauce.
It's so good, right?
Oh, it's really good.
Like, you know what else that would be good on, Parks, for you?
What?
Eggs.
Oh.
It'd be
Huh.
really nice on eggs. Oh my God. You guys, let's do one more Gilbert's prayer. Oh, and let's do it on. Let's do this. Let's get a little bit of olive oil on there. Get a little bit of this apple cider vinegar on there. Salt, canola oil, and water. A little bit more in here with that glistening. Oh my God, Parker, get in there. It's so beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, it really looks beautiful.
Okay, so now I'm going to put these on here,
Oh.
right? I can't believe we're almost finished. This is going so fast, you guys.
Can you grab me a napkin? I have a hand covered with sauce.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a platter ready.
You're poking it to see if it's done?
I'm poking it.
And you're feeling for what?
For the firmness, I also have an instant read thermometer. Let me take the temperature. So we want it to be 165 or higher. Can you see it? You can get tight
I can't
on that.
read it.
You can? Get
Well.
close. Yeah. I would say that's 165 on the nose.
Is that good? That's what you
Yeah,
want?
that's what we want it.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this off. I'm gonna let this rest over here for a minute
Uh-huh.
because we want those juices to flow to the center. Let me check this. And when you put the instant read thermometer in, you want to go in like halfway and you don't want to hit the bone because that's going to give you a false reading.
What does it say?
So that says 145. So this is going to need a little bit more time.
Okay.
So that's okay. We'll turn that up a little bit in the back. But I'm glad we slowed that down. So you see, if you missed the beginning, I had my grill on very high for a long time, warming up. And it really charred the skin of this in a beautiful way. But I didn't want the outside to get too cooked compared to the inside. So, we're controlling the cooking. I have all these different temperature gauges, and I was able to control the temperature so that the meat would cook, and the skin would still brown, but it wouldn't get too black. It's Friday, but it feels like Sunday. I don't know why. So I'm just moving these around a little bit. We've got our lemons grilling. Put the brick back on here. Get a nice char over there. And then, you just unwrap the brick and throw the foil away. Or you could open it up if you don't want to waste the foil and turn it inside out and use it one more time. And then you can just spray the bricks down with a hose on the deck. Okay, so let's close this for a minute. Who's on, Parks?
Oh, Phyllis Cochran Crenshaw says we've been watching Longmire.
Oh.
I love that show. I love that group. The whole group are really great to work with.
Yeah.
All of them. All of them. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to cut into this chicken. And you see, here's the leg and here's the thigh. And there's a natural line right here. I'm just going to go. Where is it? Right there. Just right into that joint.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
See?
Wow. You do it again. So you're finding that spot. Can you feel it, or you just know?
You can feel it, but I kind of know.
Yeah.
It's harder when I try to do it for the camera than when I just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, guys, we're almost done, and we're trying to do these once a week. So whoever's watching and tuning in, we appreciate it so much. Let us know what you want to see next time.
Wow.
See how beautiful that color is now on there by using that weight.
Yeah.
Turn this over one more time just to make sure that breast is really done. Guys are plating with me.
This is going to time out. I mean, it's almost 5 of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to be able to sit and go through just comments and questions people had that we missed, and people saying hi to you.
Yeah, we can do that. We're not going anywhere.
Well,
We can sit for a couple.
maybe we sit for a couple after.
Yeah.
So.
That nice Romesco sauce.
That's pretty.
Not pretty. really nice.
Yeah, it's nice to see those. Oh, squeezing with the tongs.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. This is good to go, but it needs to rest for a couple minutes. So, in the meantime, look at that beautiful platter. Anybody have questions that we can answer while we're just waiting for that chicken?
Okay. Darlene Collins asked, how did you get the backbone out? Which is a good question. Actually, when we're done, this is going to still be up on your Facebook anyway. The live will be available.
Yeah, it'll be available today.
So she can go back and
Go back and watch it.
Watch
It'll be
it.
on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and you can see. But I basically took the chicken, I put it breast side down. I had the legs towards me, and
Thank you, Debbie.
I can
You
show
too.
you right here. So that's the front side. We
Oh my God.
see that? The chicken basically is like this, right? And I took that whole bone, I just cut it with a scissor and took it out, and that's it. It's really pretty simple. You can use a knife or you can use a scissor. I think a scissor is much easier.
Do you need the disinfectant for your hands?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
You guys, that was like the
It's
fastest.
such nice comments, you know.
Hour
It's
after.
it's really sweet. Everyone's really sweet and appreciative, sweetie. It's
I'm so
really
glad.
nice. No, it's really nice.
That was
It's really
so
cool.
fast.
We're gonna come over here and sit.
Yeah, we're gonna come over there and sit, but I want to let this chicken
Just for a
rest.
few minutes.
It's really, really important. But why don't you set up down there and I'll come over
Okay.
and
Well, it'll take 2 seconds to sit down, so.
we'll answer some questions. And we'll just let that chicken rest, and we'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Okay?
Okay. So you're gonna let that chicken set and then come
I'm gonna
over?
let that chicken just rest for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, I'm gonna come over here and see if I can get it set up. That's where we're gonna be sitting. Now, let's see. I'm gonna flip this around. I apologize for the vertigo. Lisa's getting set up. Oops. And here we go. Here. Now, and it's a little hard because this is vertical, but it's hard to
It
get
is
us
hard.
both in there.
Hey,
But
guys.
we can do it. It's good.
Hair's blowing all over.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Thanks, Michelle. You have a nice evening too.
you too.
You may either there or in here just want to scroll back and catch up with the people that were talking to you. I always hesitate to interrupt Lisa when she gets going,
Yeah.
both because of the timing and because of the routine of it. And even though I'm trying to watch the framing and also watch what's being written, it's hard to keep up with. I'm not so good at that.
Yeah, so Mom, if you're still watching, I know you were wondering how you make a comment. So underneath the video where you're watching me, is it still live? I think so.
Should be. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm seeing a lot of comments. So Mom, underneath the picture,
There must be a
you
delay.
should see something that says comment. And if you click on that, you should be able to make a comment to the right. So you can try that, okay? Hi, Patty. I hope your hubby's doing better. We're thinking about you. This was a really fun, really fun
Do you
one.
see all these there?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I do. Let me know what you guys want to see maybe next time. Hopefully we'll do another one next week. Hi, Tammy.
And it doesn't have to be outside on the deck. It can be inside.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Claire.
Look at it. Oh,
Oh, oh.
Claire.
We're gonna. Oh,
This is a nice way to end our week. Mm.
yeah.
Thank you, Claire.
Meatloaf. That's what you're having, Patty? That's funny.
This part of the sauce, because I had to run and grab a lemon off my neighbor's tree.
Oh, grill. Yeah,
Good for you.
good.
Good job.
Good job, Pam.
I'll have to go back and relaunch.
Okay. Yeah, Phyllis, you're right. Grilled salmon would be amazing. Would be amazing. Hi, Deb, just joining. Okay, I'm gonna cut this chicken up. If you want to come back over, Parks.
Okay. I'm taking us back over. Here we go. I'm gonna flip around. Flip around. There. Okay, flipping around. There she is, and she's got a knife. Oh boy, that looks beautiful.
I mean, it's like perfectly cooked. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Take that wing off. Take the other wing off. Put them up here. I'm only going to cut one of the chicken breasts because it'll stay moister if it's on the bone. Oh my God. You guys, I can't even tell you how moist this is and delicious. It is so beautiful.
The last time we did this, I asked you if you'd ever had better chicken
And I said no.
than this, and you said no.
No.
What do you think it is that the Gilbert sprayer, Hudson sprayer, does?
I'm gonna save this because I don't want to get it. I don't want it to dry out.
Okay.
So probably not gonna eat that much. You know, it's just that vinegar, salt. It's it's like a brine, and it gets into the meat, and it just keeps it so moist, and then it helps crunch the outside. Sorry, I have like chicken all over my face. It's like a beautiful thing. You guys gotta try it. I hope you tried it today. I'm gonna bring this over. So pretty. You want to look at it in the light, Parks?
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? I mean, seriously.
Wow. Looks so pretty.
So pretty. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again. I can't believe this is the 4th time we've done this. Let us know what you want to see next. Okay?
Can we say? I just want to taste it.
Oh, okay.
Before we go.
Yeah. Oh,
Here,
okay.
let me come back over. You've had taste. You've been tasting it. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I can do this in a place that we can see.
I'm going to take a picture of it before you touch it.
Okay. But you can't. Can you see her? She's taking a picture of the platter.
Yeah, before we eat. Okay.
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 I have a piece of this.
I have plates. If you want a plate.
I'm going to take this with my fingers.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Here's a napkin.
It's so moist and delicious. A little bit of vinegar in there. I'm going to add the sauce because I haven't had it with sauce. Wow.
So good.
This is worth doing. This is worth shopping for it. It's worth prepping for it. It's worth doing the dishes.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Hi, Sherilyn. Yeah, and this Romesco sauce is to die. It's good on everything.
Now I'm happy.
It's good on roasted potatoes. It's good on chicken. It's good on salmon. It's good on steak. Amazing on grilled shrimp. It's great on any vegetable. It's great on your eggs. Oh my God.
I may never get a haircut again.
Yeah.
Well, it's quarantine. Who cares?
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. We love having you in our home.
Thanks for all the sweet comments.
Yeah, let us know what you want to see, okay? Bye.
Thanks, guys.